Welcome to the Tucson NetworKings podcast. I'm your host, Gordy along with master networker and sales guru, Don Zavis. Together, we talk about how to get the most of your business networking in Southern Arizona. We'll discuss tips, tricks, what to do, what not to do, with some amazing people that know how to build lasting business relationships from this thing called business networking. So strap in and enjoy the show. Welcome, everybody, to this episode of the Tucson NetworKings podcast.
There you go.
We are season 1, episode 17, my favorite number. And with me is
Lucky 17.
is Don Zavis.
Yes.
The king of all whatever.
King is a strong word. I like to use the word ruler of the universe.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of all
Because,
encompassing.
We're the
yeah,
Network
that's
Kings,
kind of
but,
catches
step
everything.
down.
Anyway, with our guest today is the one and only Candice Eaton. Many of you know her.
We don't have to be nice to her.
She's the
'cause
owner of
don't.
C. Eaton Photography, and if you know her, you know her. So,
Yes.
If you don't, you got to get to know her.
Yep.
And if you don't know me, you still probably have heard me.
Yeah, yeah. So one time or another. She's the owner of C. Eaton Photography, and also you've seen it online. You've seen little tidbits here and there. The brains behind and the owner of Vyrl Photo. A lot of people have been a lot of buzz on the street about this new photo service. So Candice is going to tell us a little bit about it a little later. But the reason why we have a photographer on a networking podcast is, number one, Candice is a great networker. I've met her through
Absolutely.
business networking. I believe it was at the Sands Club or somewhere around there. I think we met.
One of
Yeah. So a great business networker.
We go to so many.
Yes, exactly. But really, in networking is a form of sales.
Absolutely.
We all, in part of sales, is presenting yourself, both in person, but also on paper or on a business card, on a website, on social media, and how important a really good headshot is for that. And Candice, I've seen some of her branding. She specializes in branding headshots. So she will find your brand, find out what it is, and then create the perfect headshot for you. But I kind of maybe told your whole thing there, but
Yeah, why'd you even invite me?
yeah, there you go. Well,
We're done. I'm going home.
yeah.
Put a picture there.
So that's kind of why we have her here. So tell us your story about how you got into photography and those branding headshots, and then we'll go into your next little venture.
All right. So I got into photography because I bought a good camera to go to Alaska back in like 2015 or something like that, and then I proceeded to learn to use the camera after getting back from Alaska.
Of course.
Of
I'm
course.
doing the same thing.
It's how you do, right? I did get some good pictures, better than I would have gotten with my cell phone. But I didn't start tinkering it till after I got back. And then I couldn't get my friends and family to sit still so that I could practice. And so I started dragging my camera down to the animal shelter on the weekends, and I'd sit where the volunteers walk the dogs around the park and take pictures of the dogs as they came by, and then I'd get their kennel number and everything like that, and I'd go home and edit them, and when I got some good ones, I managed to finagle somebody who worked there an email address, and I would just send emails to her. I'm like, here's more pictures, put them on your website.
Wow. Okay. Better than the ones that they have.
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, that's huge.
great.
After a couple months, though, she emailed me back, and she's like, "You realize you're making more work for me that I didn't want, right?" and so then she was like, "You're going to be a volunteer. You're going to come in. You're going to join us. You're going to so that you can do this yourself." And so that it just became a thing. I had a handful of friends who were also volunteers who would show up at 6 a.m. with me, and I'd set up backdrops in the parking lot, and they'd run in and grab dogs and come out, and I'd take pictures, and we'd do 20, 30 dogs in a few hours out in the parking lot, and then I'd edit the photos and put them on the website. There was a period of time before COVID where probably 30% of the pictures on their website I had done. And then people started asking me to do photos of their dogs, and then eventually I walked away from the career that I had been in, and then I was like, well, I got to have something to do, I guess. we're doing dog photography.
All right.
So
and you tell us about your calendar every year.
yeah, the Friends of Pima Animal Care Center calendar. We started that in 2021. I saw some other photographer somewhere in the country who was doing a calendar contest fundraiser, and I got a hold of her and did a little training with her and learned her process and sort of took it and evolved it. And the first year we did it, I called the executive director over at PAC and was like, hey, you want to do a calendar contest? And this was at like the beginning of July. And we had to launch the contest at the beginning of August because apparently everything I do with a very, very short runway.
I'm the same
If it
way.
wasn't for the 11th hour, nothing would ever get done.
I work
Exactly.
better in the 11th
Yep.
hour as well. So.
And so it, like I got it all set up. I got it put together. I found some other ways to try and create money from the contest. And the first year we made $25,000
Oh my
out of the
goodness.
gate.
Wow.
And it's all in small donations. Like 60% of the donations that we get are under $5.
Wow.
And
That's
I've
amazing.
raised over $150,000 for them over the last 5 years.
That's
so
fantastic.
That is
all
fabulous.
all in
Yes.
small increments. So it's a lot of fun. It gets a lot of people get excited about it. Radio stations like to pick it up. News stations like to pick it up. And it's been a really good tool to raise money for them and a marketing tool for me, like in the animal community.
And
the-
animals get adopted.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that's
We
a
get-
complete
And there are a
cycle.
lot
We-
of
we
people
get
that love
animals-
their animals that want photos with.
Yes.
Sure. Well, they want the
Oh,
calendar model. It's
the-
like I want June.
I know.
The
You know?
competition gets
Oh,
out
absolutely.
of pocket sometimes.
Yes.
It's crazy.
I submitted my dog. I made the back page of the calendar with all the other ones.
Did you really?
I didn't get an actual page,
Oh,
but
man.
my dog was disappointed in me.
Yeah.
I didn't raise enough money to get on the actual page, his own month, but we got on the calendar.
In my experience, the winner who gets on the cover usually raises approximately 10% of our total for the year. So that seems to be pretty consistent
Nice.
across the board. So, and it's a lot of fun, and people
Yeah.
get excited about it, and it's something that now I'm taking on the road, and I'm
Okay.
working with other organizations.
Nice. Okay.
I did one with American Lung Association last year, and this year I did one with the Verde Valley Sanctuary and another one with the Santa Barbara Animal Care Center. So yeah, I'm taking this show on the road.
That's fantastic. And I'm
It-
also, I just want to show here, those of you listening in your car, I'm holding Candice's personalized mug here. It says "Dog here is my glitter." So just want to show that off a little bit here. So
And I gotta
my
say that, and
favorite
I've said this umpteen times in front of her, the fact that none of this existed other than 5 years ago. None of the money, none of the adopted dogs, none of these other places throughout the country that are benefiting from what she's done. None of that existed 5 years ago. And
all
what
sprung
she's,
from an idea.
yeah, and what she's been able to accomplish from nothing
Yeah.
has got this like far-reaching and continuing to develop. That's the stuff that awes me when I see that. So
Yeah.
I am in awe, which is hard to do.
Oh, all right.
So let's go back to, as Don likes to say, making your cash register ring.
Yes.
Aha. Yes. that's
So
important.
I know, you got your dog photos that you do, but a lot of us networkers out there, that are meeting with you and everything, we all need a good headshot.
Oh yeah.
I can give you a story. Back when I lived in Phoenix, I ran a farmers insurance agency, and I needed a picture for the website. And so I had a friend who was a semi-professional photographer, took some headshots, really good ones, did a good job. And I picked one out, put it on the website, and I got a call from a lady that basically said, yeah, I moved into the area. There was about 10 agents that were available on the website, but I liked your picture. I liked
Absolutely.
your stuff. So
Yep.
a headshot can actually bring you business, a good one.
It can. It really can.
exactly.
It shows the difference between someone who is doing it halfway, someone who's a professional.
Yeah, doing it with their own selfie.
Exactly.
You know?
Or the cutout of
Hey,
at
my
the beach.
Cancun picture, right? You know,
Exactly. They
Or
cut
now-
themselves out
or
of the
now
picture
AI.
of the beach or
And
AI.
They have 12 fingers on each hand, and kind of.
And AI does pretty good.
Yeah, it's a tool,
especially like
even-
it's been evolving and it does pretty good, and I can't knock it. And if you need 100 headshots for $40, that's going to be the way to go. But
well, in these
people
days,
are starting to like get tuned in
Right.
to the AI,
Yes.
and you can see it, and you're like,
Yes.
that's AI,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. So in these days of not only having the shot for your card or your website, having content out there in digital
Yes.
social media.
you don't
and
exist in the
everything
digital
else.
media.
So-
You don't exist.
Exactly.
oh
So
my gosh, I have a story for that.
on that note, why don't you tell us a little bit about this new thing you got going on, Vyrl Photo?
Vyrl Photo, yes.
Brand new.
It is. We just launched, and I, again, short runway. About a couple months ago, I woke up and thought to myself, man, I got to do something different. Something's got to give. Pretty much everywhere you go, the photography market is pretty saturated, and most of the photographers in Tucson who are doing significant amounts of business, we're all kind of using the same pricing model and offering a really high-end experience to our clients. And it's important and it's good to have around. But there's just something, to me, there was something missing in the market. Because I do all this networking, and I'm out with these small business owners all the time, and we're all broke. I mean, if we're not,
Money's been spent and allocated here and there.
exactly. Our money gets budgeted to everything that we need, and there's not always thousands of dollars left over to create imagery for your website and your social media. So I decided to figure out a way to create a low barrier to entry branding offering for small businesses. And that's what I've put together. It's a subscription model, since everything's a subscription models these days.
Sure.
But you can get brand new branding photos every single month for as low as $200 a month with this new system. And the way I've put it together, I can offer sessions for that low of a price and still be profitable for myself. So it's...
So would it be individuals? Would it be businesses? Would you take photographs of...
We're gonna.
I know you're going to clip me right now, right?
Yep, I'm gonna clip you right now.
We're
gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that great question. and
Gordy participated.
Explore this a little bit more right after this break. The Tucson NetworKings podcast is in search of a full-time sponsor. Let me tell you what's included. You get 3 episodes per month, 3 commercials per episode, including logo and professional voiceover message, 1 mention on the actual podcast with some witty banter, and your business name will be added to the sponsored by title on every podcast format. If you'd like to take advantage of this awesome opportunity, contact Gordy at 520-329-2923 or TucsonNetworkKings@gmail.com.
And thank you so much, everybody. We're back. And of course, right before the break, I was busting out with questions. And Mr. Gordon here clipped me a bit. So I love the idea because, again, we live in this world of kind of what have you done for me lately? And a lot of what I see, and I'm equally guilty of it to some degree, is not representative of what we are, who we are, what the circumstances are, anything like that. So you would do it as a subscription model, and you would do, is it new photos every month, or was it, what would walk me through the process? Because I'm potentially a client as well.
You're gonna update your headshot?
I suggested.
Holy
I suggested Don. Candice
Everybody,
asked,
mark this on your calendars. Dawn said.
There's a story. I'm not going to take up valuable Candice time with it, but there's a reason for that. But I know you are right, because again, that was representative of of what I was years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'll go and do events, and people are like,
You're not the guy from
you
that
don't
show.
look
Yeah.
like that guy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that, but it's interesting. What I get, you mentioned something. I had a lady say, you have a nice smile.
Mhm.
You have a nice smile. You look like you're a nice person. And I thought to myself, truly, there is the magic of the photo, because that she made a decision just on the photo. So,
Right. Yep.
So kind of bring me into the nuts and bolts of what this is.
So the way this works is we have subscribers are going to have quarterly photo shoots.
Okay.
And photo shoots are group photo shoots. So there's going to be 4 people at each photo shoot. So it can be small business
okay. I
owners.
see what
It
you're
can be, someone like Gordy who doesn't necessarily run his own business.
Right. Kind
but
of
he
the
does have a
economy of
brand.
scale for the setup. Mhm.
Right. So 4 people will be there at a location that I've selected. It'll be different locations each month. And then for 3 hours, we move around that location, and then I just
Locations
rotate
within the
through the
locations.
4 people at each little spot we go to, and take a bunch of pictures for like 5 minutes, and then I move on to the next
Bring
person.
props
and then
or
move on.
whatever, anything to do with your
Yeah.
business.
Bring props, bring multiple outfits. Some of the packages allow you to bring an assistant or even sub in someone that one of your employees
Right,
or
somebody
a
else.
client or something like that. And so we take a ton of photos in a 3-hour period, and then I go back and I get rid of the objectively horrible ones. Like if it's blurry, a
Is
picture
that
of
why
my
you only
foot.
got? Is that why you
You're
only got
doing that
12?
thing?
Exactly. Yeah. Here's my 3 pictures.
Yeah, if you got drunk face, I'll probably throw that out for you. Throw some real basic edits on it to like make sure that the lighting's right and the color's right, and then I put it into a gallery where you can view them. And depending on your package, you get to download more photos every month from that stockpile. So say I presented 200 photos from
Right.
your session. Each month you get to download as many as you've purchased
Got it,
in
got
your subscription plan. So you get brand new photos every single month. The outfit changes makes it so it can look fresh.
Right.
And if we're going like Gordy participated in my promo sessions, and because we're kind of switching seasons right now, we're going from summer to fall. I was like, bring some summer outfits, bring some fall stuff.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Then when you change out, then in a couple of months, when you want more, looks like you're wearing sweaters or jackets or something, you'll have that available. So it kind of goes with the time that you're going to be using it. And you can do a 3-month subscription or a year-long subscription. That's just, that's up to you and how many photos you think you're going to need. But this is really a way to have that fresh content on your social media, because like you said, if you don't exist online, you don't exist.
Don't exist.
And fresh is where it's at.
Fresh,
So,
yeah. Having
Well, it's again, what have you done for me lately? I mean,
Yeah.
so many of the people, they do everything they can to keep themselves a secret, and they're really good at it, and then they wonder why they struggle.
I can
Right.
think
or
I can think of a dozen people that I know of on their LinkedIn page or their Facebook page have the same photo from 10, 12, 15, 20 years ago.
what?
That doesn't look like them, as you mentioned.
Oh,
you know.
it is my picture. I mean, I'm the guilty one. My picture has short hair.
Yeah.
Now there
Yeah.
was a whole story around why I had short hair,
Right.
but it isn't representative of what I look like now.
Right. It's not your brand.
And well,
It's not your
exactly,
brand.
it's not your brand. Although my brand may be going back to short hair again, who knows? But the idea ultimately is you have to be fresh. You've got to be visible. And again, most people, their digital world is incredibly uninteresting. They do nothing. Again, they do everything they can to keep themselves a secret,
Right.
and they're really good at it. And that's the sad part about it. And people can tell. You can tell when it looks like somebody's invested the time in proper lighting and in good quality equipment, and the one that's the selfie that's been kind of morphed into a headshot. So
yeah.
Speaking of investing in something, we're going to take another quick break and we'll be right back. The Tucson NetworKings podcast is in search of a full-time sponsor. Let me tell you what's included. You get 3 episodes per month, 3 commercials per episode, including logo and professional voiceover message, 1 mention on the actual podcast with some witty banter, and your business name will be added to the sponsored by title on every podcast format. If you'd like to take advantage of this awesome opportunity, contact Gordy at 520-329-2923 or Tucson NetworKings at gmail.com. All right, we're back with Candice Eaton from Vyrl Photo. That's Vyrl for those keeping track at home. It's Vyrl Photo. Make sure and follow her on all of your social medias. I know she has a presence on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, TikTok, LinkedIn yet? I know it's coming.
Not yet.
Okay, it's coming. But
It's coming.
It's a great place.
Probably around Friday.
It's a great product for professionals. So it's, it'll, by the time this airs, it'll be out. So follow her on LinkedIn as well. That's Vyrl, Vyrl Photos. Don, do you have any other follow-up questions? I mean, I know you're loving this. I knew you would love this idea when you heard it.
Because I'm a sales guy.
Yeah.
I mean, again, most people in the world don't do anything to promote their personal brand. And I remember, and you and I've known you for years, and you've always talked about the brand. And in my sales training and sales coaching, when I talk about personal brand, I'm like, if somebody was going to pretend they were you on Saturday Night Live, and they were just going to walk out on the stage, is your brand speak loudly enough that somebody would go, I know exactly who that is?
You know what? You know what you get for that comment right there? You get the nugget of the week.
Oh, there it is. The highly coveted.
I love that.
Golden nugget right here.
Yeah, so he gets to hold.
I'm going to hold this
nugget. For those listening in your car,
because it's so fabulous.
It's a
but that's
golden plushy nugget.
That's the thing. Most people don't have a brand. They have no identifier about themselves. Every time I've met you, very gregarious, very professional, very open. Top of mind. I guarantee you are on the top 2 list of everybody in Tucson. If somebody said, I need a great photographer.
Yep.
And I believe that's 100% because you're in the world. You're top of mind. Nobody's got to go, I remember one time I met somebody, I don't remember her name and I don't remember anything about her, but no.
She's memorable.
You are so there and so reinforcing your presence that to me, that's the phenomenal thing. That's why you make, $150,000 on a calendar. You bring an idea and people are like, I'm in. Yep. Your idea, I'm in.
Yeah, she's memorable. She tells great stories when when you're at networking events. You gave a presentation on, I think, how to take a good headshot one time at the Sands Club. I loved it. I learned something from that, and I still use to this day.
I was really impressed. Everybody who was there for that little talk, I saw their social media, and you could see a distinct before and after photos, and like people were like, and they started taking better photos of themselves, and that's really important. Like, there's a place in your branding for the selfies and for the cell phone photos. Like, there's a place for that. Right. Like, most people can't afford to pay me to follow them around with a camera all day, every day.
Exactly.
If you can, hi, I'm here. Call me.
Yes.
But most people can't. So that's where the cell phone photos come in, and it's great to have, but it is good to know how to take a better cell phone photo, because if you're just putting up crummy photos all the time.
I remember the angle you were talking about the angle of the phone in relation
not from
to
here. Don't do it from
the lighting, the background lighting,
exactly,
the foreground lighting.
But it was interesting because again, that was a level of expertise that was shared, and again at a networking group. So when you go to networking, not only is it the opportunity to meet individuals, and ultimately I think that's probably the forefront, but assuming that they have wonderful speakers and wonderful guests and great transfer of information, you can get so much more than just an exchange of business cards. Yeah. So
how has networking helped your business?
It, like Don said, it's made me recognizable. Okay. Words recognizable. There we go. It's created relationships for me with a lot of people, and which opens up opportunities. Just the relationships, just knowing people opens up opportunities. Like, just knowing you is why I'm sitting here right now. Yeah. Other people that I do a lot of work with who bring me clients or bring me other opportunities. That's probably the biggest thing that I've gotten out of networking, is the relationships and the opportunities that just come naturally from that. I do get clients out of networking. Okay. I get good clients out of networking. Good. But really the networking it's about building the relationships and getting to know people and, making friends.
and then using it for good.
Yeah.
I mean, think of all the animals that now have a home.
Yes.
Purely because you decided that, hey, we should start taking pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you changed the life of one creature.
Yeah. And families. Too.
And families, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
So, Candice, we are excited to have you on. Thank you for coming in and telling us all about your new project.
Cool.
Can you give us some information on how to find you?
Contact info, yes. let me open up my
It's brand new.
I haven't even
Brand new.
memorized my phone number yet. So you can find out more information at vyrlphoto.com. And
That's VYRL. Photo.
VYRL, yes. VYRLphoto.com. And you can, of course, Google me.
Yep.
You can find me on any of the social media platforms. You can give me a call at 520-261-1803.
One more time.
520-261-1803. If I do that 3 more times, I'll have it memorized.
That was nice.
And or you could send me an email at candice@vyrlphoto.com.
Okay. And of course, you can always reach out to us. We'll make sure we connect you up with Candice as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely. And unless you have anything to add, I'm just going to close.
No,
with
she's not only is she a fabulous guest, but she's a really wonderful person.
Absolutely.
And no, really, and I don't blow smoke at people because I
Yes,
don't
you
blow
do.
smoke
You're
at
in
people.
sales.
No, I really, but she's known that for the longest
yes.
time I've known her, and I've
Yes,
said that
yes.
same thing over. I have such great respect for people that take nothing and make something out of it, and then use networking to dominate the photography field in Tucson.
That's
To
why I
me,
had her
that's
on
fabulous.
episode 17.
Yeah, fabulous. Lucky 17.
On that note, everybody, stay connected.
You've just experienced the Tucson NetworKings podcast. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more great tips about networking in Southern Arizona. If you'd like to leave a question, comment, or future topic, you can email them to TucsonNetworKings@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to know more about all of the networking events happening in town, make sure and check out networkingtucson.com. That's networkingtucson.com. Know where to go.